Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment, with me, BringItDon. So I did go back and look at my previous recordings, and I found who told us where, Jumble Murder Sense it was. And it's this guy right here, Salabesh the Onyx. So let's talk to him. You see Salabesh the Onyx. He makes a brief but graceful half-bow. Again you stand before me. Yes, I had some questions. About what, Not the warden like, I hope. Plenty of more common folk could answer such questions, and I'd just as soon direct you to one of them. Here we go. You're a master of curses? Perhaps you could, help me. Help you? Salabesh sneers. Doubtful. Before you can respond, he sighs, shaking his head. Well, perhaps I could. What troubles you then? Jumble Murder Sense cursed me. Jumble Murder Sense. That sputtering mooncalf could never best me. Oh, the battles we used to have, though. Salabesh frowns. But I'm past all that now. No longer my sort of thing, you see. I really don't know what I could do for you. After all, it's his curse. Not the sort you'd find on a magic or on an item or some such, you know? That you could remove with simple magics. He'll have to remove it, and willingly. Well, could you teach me a curse, then, that I could use on him? Well, I don't normally do that. I keep my curses to myself, you know. And besides, even a single curse would take one a long, long while to learn. More time than I'd care to spend on it. I could pay you for your trouble. No, I simply no desire to do it. Salabesh looks directly into your eyes. Now kindly drop the subject, Sura, before you begin to annoy me. Perhaps you're just worried your curses aren't good enough to best him anymore. You what? Of all the ridiculous... Now look here, you knuckle-dragging sack of scars. Salabesh the Onyx is the master of curses, and there is no other. Why, I could give you but a single phrase that would render that nincompoop's cursing wholly impotent. Purse your lips and look skeptical. That's it. You've made me do it. Salabesh utters a short string of impossible syllables, words of power which you note mentally for later use against Jumble. There, see what that does to him, and tell me Salabesh the Onyx isn't the master of curses then. Thanks, Salabesh. I'll do that. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Alright, let's go get this fool. This Jumble Murder Sense. Put him in his place. Jumble frowns at your appearance, biting his thumb in your direction and waving you away. So in case you don't know, biting your thumb in someone's direction used to be an insult, I think during Shakespearean times, because he uses that in his plays. Anyway, throw the curse Salabesh taught you at him. Jumble stares at you with a somewhat skeptical expression as you speak the arcane syllables of Salabesh's curse. After a moment of awkward silence, the Zalcitect mage notes that something seems to have happened, and the evil grin spreads across his face. Continue. He opens his mouth to retaliate with another curse of his own, only to realize that he has no voice. Salabesh's curse has removed Jumble's ability to speak, thereby destroying the Zalcitect's ability to curse others. He clutches at his throat, panic welling up in his eyes. Looks like the tables are turned, Jumble. What do you think will happen when anyone, you've ever cursed finds out you can't speak, or curse anymore? Jumble drops to his knees, a pleading expression in his eyes. He looks ready to burst into tears. Will you, remove the curse you placed on me, and swear never to curse another who didn't mean you harm? Jumble places his hands over his heart and nods vigorously. Very well, I'll remove the curse then.
Updated my journal.
Jumble sighs with relief as you remove Salabesh's curse from him. He in turn removes his own, and your hiccups finally stop. He then bows humbly and casts his eyes up to the floor. I'd like you to take your curse off Raquin as well.
Updated my journal.
Jumble nods, pouting. With a wave of his hand, removes Raquin's curse. Thanks. Farewell, Jumble. Alright, let's go turn that in real quick, and then we'll continue to explore the, Civic Festhall. And in turn, the Society of Sensation.
Done.
I think he was at the market. He's like up here in the corner, right? Yep. You see Raquin. His eyes have reverted to their normal size, and he is no longer assailed by the twitching spasms that you noted before. He is smiling, and he looks considerably cleaner than before. Greetings, Raquin. I had some questions for you. He looks at you amazed. It stopped. It all stopped, just like that. He snaps his fingers and looks down at himself. Powers above, He laughs. I feel clean again. Good to hear it. Jumble didn't want to remove the curse, but I got it out of him. Thank you. I thank you, sir. He looks flustered. I have nothing to pay you with, but you are in my good graces. He shrugs. For whatever that is worth. He frowns and then stands straight. I'll tell the story of your kindness to all who will listen. Actually, do you have any stories you haven't told me already? That could be payment enough. Of course, of course. Raquin looks around. Though I've had enough of telling tales for a while. Do you have something I could write them in? I have a journal here.
Updated my journal.
Raquin takes the journal. He scribbles for a while, then hands it back to you. There you are. Thanks, Raquin. If you had never used that name again, I, among others, would be thankful. Very well. What should I call you? My name is... He suddenly catches himself and smiles. No, perhaps I shall keep that to myself this time. He nods respectfully to you. Thank you again, good sir. So he gave me... What did he update? Okay, so he did write another story in my actual journal. Okay, cool. I guess we can read it. So in exchange for helping him shed his curse, Raquin put all the stories he knew in my journal. But I think we've already read all these, right? Yeah, I think it's just a repeat of all the stories. I guess if I didn't have certain stats, probably charisma if I had to guess, he wouldn't had shared his stories with me previously. Alright, well cool. That quest is finally done. We've had that since darn near the beginning of the game. We finally cleaned it up. Both literally and figuratively.
Alright.
So we do have those training rooms we can go to, because we sent Keyside to one of them. So is this the training room? Yeah, there's Keyside. These are just a bunch of warriors in training. Can I talk to the Barriar? This person is practicing various combat maneuvers of a wooden training dummy. They seem far too busy to speak with you at the moment. Let's talk to Keyside. He regards you coolly with his eyes of granite. You are here to train under Keyside? Yes, train me. Are you a warrior by trade? No. Keyside's mouth slowly curls down into a deep frown. The Keyside can teach you nothing. Could you make me a warrior? Keyside's left eyebrow creeps oh so slowly up his forehead. Would you forsake your current trade to walk the path of the warrior? Yes. I no longer wish to study the art. Make me a warrior. Keyside is proficient in all weapons, specializing in none, master of many. What would you learn of Keyside? I guess blades? Keyside will teach you... Keyside shall teach you the art of fighting with blades. Is this what you wish? Yes. After evaluating what skill you have, Keyside shakes his head. Keyside finds you already proficient in this form of combat. Keyside can teach you no more. If you wish to learn more of this weapon, seek Korra in the lower ward. I think I already did that, right? So am I think... I'm at +3. I think +5 is the max. And I think Dakan can train me back in the art.
What is your will?
Did I ask him about this? Tell me about that other me, the incarnation you knew. What was he like? Alright, no. Yeah, we already read that.
All right.
Well, shoot, I need to find a way to become a mage again. Yeah, let's go back and fix that real quick before I continue. I don't want to continue without being a mage. So I want to continue to level up.
Done.
And work my way towards... where's it at? Because I want to unlock higher level spells. Speaking of which, did I ever learn? Why can't I? Oh, I'm not a mage now. Son of a gun. Alright.
I'm gone.
I'd have to relearn my spells? No. Cool, actually, that's awesome. Alright. Will you buy anything from me? Let's see. Let's just go and take care of this while we're here. Clean up our inventory a little bit. I don't need 2 beer goggles. Wow, I guess these cursed items just aren't worth anything. Or she doesn't buy them for a whole lot. Oh well. Inventory's cleaned up a bit. Let's go back to the Civic Festhall. We keep getting sidetracked.
I'm gone.
So Keyside is just another weapon trainer. Nothing special. I thought maybe he could train me to level 5, or rank 5. Let's go back and talk to Kerr real quick and see if he can train me to... Actually, I think I have to be a warrior in order to train with him. So I may have messed up there. But I think he can train me to rank 5 anyway? Let's see. Alright, we're doing this again. I know we just did this. Daggers. He can't teach me. Oh, you have to have more levels in warrior. Alright, well, shoot. Guess where we're going? Right back to Ragpicker's Square. Sorry, everybody. I know this is super exciting to watch. I promise we'll make some progress. I didn't remember if I had tried that before, and I guess I had.
What's up?
I guess I should rest as well, right? Let's skip that. Alright, let's get out of here. Head back towards the Civic Festhall. Alright, let's cut up here. Where's Merriman? I need to talk to him for something, don't I? This man looks like a bitter, cantankerous old codger. His mouth is twisted into a frown that becomes even more severe as he notices you coming his way. Merriman my name may be, but merry I am not. Off with you, young one. No time for the likes of you. He goes into a fit of coughing from the exertion of shooing you away so loudly. Wait, Delora wanted me to speak with you. Merriman eyes you suspiciously. That's so. About what, huh? Well? She says that you're her first love, and that so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. She told you that, huh? I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I couldn't, started to develop her feelings. In any case, he pats a pocket on his tunic. I won't just give the keys to you. Wait, those are literally the keys to her heart? He nods. That they are. Delora's a construct. Didn't you know that? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics she is, and one of my finest creations. Merriman sighs, but cold, without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so that she could not leave, in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. The keys are the tools to set her. She wants them because she feels that they are limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. Then why don't you just return them to her? Merriman scowls, because I've become a cruel and bitter old man who sees he can get something out of you. Go on then. What do you want? I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years now, and I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. I have little time left to live, and am too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences, so I need to find a way to forget them all. That way, I can start again in my final days. So do I just wallop you in the back of the head, or what?
Updated my journal.
No, you bloodthirsty lummox. I'll need something. Some item, some concoction, that will allow me to forget. Like a draught of the river Styx. Something like that. Here, take this mug. It's a dark bird of Ocanthus, a sliver of ice from the river Styx. It should wipe your memories clean. Merriman takes the mug and removes a piece of paper from his pocket. He tilts the mug back and takes the ice into his mouth. It melts instantly, leaving him with a somewhat startled expression. Merriman?
Updated my journal.
Merriman looks at you, confused, then at the paper in his hands. He reads aloud. Congratulations, Merriman. You've begun again. Thank the man in front of you and give him the key in your pocket. Speak to Splinter, the man at the door to this building, for more information. He looks to you again. Well, it would seem I owe you thanks, good sir. Here, take this key. I'd best find this Splinter fellow and find out what's going on. Well, thanks, Merriman. Good luck. Okay, cool. Well.
I'm gone.
I think I've completed both the quests. The heck was that noise? I think I've completed both the quests for the two girls in the brothel, so I'm gonna head back there and turn those in. Just to clean up my journal a bit. Even though one of them doesn't show up.
I'm gone.
But I am going to talk to Delora and to Juliet, I think is the other one. And the guy was speaking backwards.
All right.
Juliet was in this room, I believe. Yeah, there she is. Juliet looks to you hopefully. Well, anything yet? Montague seems disinterested. I recall him saying that he was bored with things in any case.
Updated my journal.
Juliet looks shocked. He said what? How could I have been so... Oh. It would appear as if my relationship had the troubles I so desired, and I merely missed them and all my melancholy. Okay. Oh, there you go.
Has improved.
And he leveled up. +1 to bow, fighting skills, and 11 hit points. Good job, Nordham.
Done.
Now we need to find... What was I looking for? Delora. I think she walked around in the center, didn't she? Yeah, there she is. Delora's eyes flash as she sees you. Did you find him? Has he agreed to return the keys to my heart? Yes, I have the keys to your heart. Here they are.
Updated my journal.
At last. As she takes the keys from your grasp, her hand brushes against yours. Her skin is dry but icy to the touch, like cold metal. These will be of great use to me. I thank you. Glad to help. Farewell, Delora. And
I'm gone.
Back to the Civic Festhall once again.
Done.
Alright, let's start exploring here. We'll go through this door and we'll just zigzag across. Oh my goodness, Mort, get out of the way. 3 planes aligned. Let's talk to him. Dead and Shark featured, this yellow skin covered with tattoo his yellow skin covered with tattoos. This man looks over the room and its inhabitants with cold, black eyes. He appears to be giving a lecture. Stay for the lecture. I am known as 3 Planes Aligned, a Gitzerai scholar. If you're here for my lecture, it begins in a few moments. Mort sighs loudly. Come on, Chief. Are we really going to stay for this? Just be quiet for a bit, Mort. I want to listen for now. He speaks in a very low, somber tone. Today I shall speak of the power of alignment and belief, and how they shape the planes. First, I shall explain the concept of alignment. Alignment is a descriptor of one's beliefs, and how one acts upon those beliefs. At their core, all creatures predominantly behave in one of 3 ways: with good in their heart, with evil in their heart, or indifference, or neutrality in their heart. They predominantly express each of these core behaviors in one of 3 different ways: in an ordered manner, in a chaotic manner, or an indifferent, neutral manner. Thus, there are 9 core alignments that one is capable of. The 9 alignments, then, are lawful good, neutral good, and chaotic good, lawful neutral, true neutral, and chaotic neutral, and lawful neutral, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. Now I shall speak of the power of alignment and the beliefs it engenders, of how from them the very deities gain strength, and how belief can physically affect one's environments. A deity must have worshippers, for it is the faith of such subjects which give them power. As converts are made and more come to believe in a god, the more power that god receives. Conversely, when no one believes in a deity, it withers and dies, joining the corpses of other gods that float in the astral plane. It is thus possible to slay a deity by simply forgetting about them. A much more striking example of the power of alignment and belief, however, can be seen within the sliding of gate towns. First, though, I would define gate towns. Gate towns are towns in the Outlands, the largely neutral area which Sigil spins over the center of. They are called gate towns because they are built around a permanent gate or portal to one of the outer planes. Each of these outer planes has its own alignment. The Abyss is chaotic and evil, Baator is lawful and evil, Mechanus is lawful neutral, Mount Celestia is lawful and good. The Outlands, again, are true neutral, leaning to neither law or chaos. Sliding occurs when there is a high concentration of belief in an area of differing belief. When this occurs, the area itself will move, or slide, to a plane that matches the new belief. Now, the gate towns usually have a strong belief that matches the outer plane beyond the portal, but the belief is not yet strong enough for the town to slide from the Outlands and into the outer plane. For example, the town of Ribcage borders the portal to the lawful evil plane of Baator. As expected, the residents of Ribcage are largely lawful evil residents, but the entire town's alignment and beliefs are not strong enough so that Ribcage will slide into Baator. For example, Ribcage might one day see the sudden rise of a lawful evil order of clerics, promoting their dark beliefs and converting many citizens to the worship or their lawful evil god. Of their lawful evil god? Anyway, were this to occur, there would be a good chance that the town would slide off the neutral Outlands, becoming part of the lawful evil plane of Baator. Whole layers of planes may move this way. Thus, many wars are wars of belief and faith by necessity. They are the tools by which territory is obtained and held. This, then, is the power of alignment and belief to shape the planes. The session has ended. May belief guide your actions and shape the planes to your will. Farewell, all of you. That was much easier to read than this guy's lecture. Stupid. Ugh. All those accent marks.
Aye, right.
Alright, what's in here?
All right.
Eli Havelock. And Thief. Oh, this is the guy that we returned to the training chamber. Huzzah! Look who's arrived. Eli shoots you a wicked smile. Welcome to my stomping grounds, Cutter. Ready to train? Yes, I am. I have little to teach if you've already been trained, Cutter. If you strayed from the scout's path, though, and I'll show you the way again. Alright, well, I'm not interested in becoming a thief. Then I'll go in here again. What is that noise? Alright, there is no unique named mage in here, so I'm just gonna ignore it for now. Death's Advocate. Alright, let's talk to him. Sigilians, welcome. Please take your seats and listen to the darks of which I speak. Darks, give me a break. We're really not going to listen to this rattletrap, are we? Come on, let's go find some sensate chits that have never had the pleasurous sensation of tasting the fiery passion of a skull's lips. He waggles eyebrows in anticipation. Quiet down, Mort. We're staying. For a while, at least. He begins speaking with a somber tone. Death is what awaits you at the end of life's journey. He coughs slightly, then raises his eyebrows dramatically, waving his hands at the same time. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Mort whispers, beginning of more suffering. It nods Mort quietly. For when you die, you should not cease to exist. No, far from it. The outer planes shall welcome you to their breasts. There, a new life, one such as you've never known awaits you there. He ended the sentence with there, and started it with there. Mort whispers, that's for sure. Nods Mort quietly. You shall cast away the tattered cloak of this life and become one of the faithful, a petitioner. As a petitioner on this outer plane, your life's journey shall truly begin. If you have been a goodly sort of gentleman, steadfast in charity and goodwill toward your fellow bloods, perhaps the light-blanketed slopes of Mount Celestia shall house you when you die. Your spirit shall pass onto this place, dwelling as a petitioner in the beauty of golden mornings, soft sunlight that caresses. He sighs dreamily. Mort whispers, an eternal boredom. Nod to Mort quietly. Perhaps you live your life to betray others and get ahead, giving lies instead of truths, backstabbing others, all to accomplish your own goals. Cold, blood-red carcery, the plane where all turncoats fall when they pass on, shall be the cage that imprisons you. As a petitioner on this plane, you shall live a life of treachery and treacheries, of lies and lying, knowing a life without trust. Mort whispers, looks like we know where we both are going to end up when we die. Nods Mort quietly. He hunches over, his eyes dart back and forth. And perhaps you have lived a life of bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow man, laying others low and doing as you please without a care for who or what you hurt. Then it is perhaps one of the lower planes, Baator, or the chaotic swirling layers of the abyss that shall welcome you. Evil to the core are the spirits that come to this plane, and most are doomed to mindless cruelty and suffering or servitude in the dreaded, he whispers dramatically, blood war. Mort whispers, and that's if you're lucky. I'm going to keep nodding to Mort quietly. No matter where you go, know this. You shall be embarking on a new life, my Sigilians. Mort whispers, and that's supposed to be an incentive? We get to do this all again? Gee, I can't wait to be a floating skull all over again. Whee! Pike him. What a tard. Spoken just like someone who hasn't died before, huh? Yeah, nods Mort quietly. You shall be able to start anew without the burden of memory or your past life. Your sole goal, if you will. He smiles at his own humor. Is to merge with this new plane that you are on, becoming one with the ideals and the very substance of the plane itself. You shall be one of the inhabitants, the petitioners on this plane, or ideally, one of the building blocks upon which the plane is built. It is the goal of all petitioners. To accomplish this goal, you, he claps his hands together for emphasis, must clap. Hold clap, to clap, your clap ideals. Mort whispers, oh, this is one big steaming load. Nods Mort quietly. Your ideals, good or evil, law or chaos, are somewhere in between. As you approach the alignment of the plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. It is a glorious existence, my Sigilians. And that is what awaits you after death, my audience. Have a care as to how you live your life, but know that it is not oblivion that awaits you after this life. Mort says aloud, what wash? The speaker's head turns to face Mort, frowning slightly. He leans out, trying to see who spoke. A question? A question from one of the living, perhaps? Mort ducks below the lecturer's field of view and turns to you and whispers, go ahead, Chief. Tell him the dark of it. Yes, I have a question. He indicates for you to continue. What's a petitioner? A petitioner is what you become when you arrive on this new plane after you have died. As a petitioner, you forsake memory and past life, focusing solely on your new one. And the goal of this new one is... He waits for a response from you with a smile. To merge with the plane. Very good. Looks as if some of my words actually have sunk into that skull of yours. The audience chuckles. Can a petitioner die? He looks slightly uncomfortable at this. Well, yes. How? Looks a little more uncomfortable. Well, through any of the normal means, really. Great, another death. Sign me up. There's laughter from the audience. The speaker looks angry. What happens when they die? He looks a little more uncomfortable. Well, you merge with the plane. And what if the petitioner dies on a plane other than their home plane? He looks very uncomfortable. Well, that is the end of life there. But no petitioner wants to leave their home plane, friend. He looks around, realizing he is in a trap. To do so would, be oblivion should they die, really. Why do petitioners lose their memories? He raises an eyebrow. Many pardons. What? I said, why do petitioners lose their memories when they die? He looks uncomfortable. Well, you know, who wishes to be burdened with such things as memories? The audience murmurs. I do. The speaker smirks. Looking at you, sir, I cannot begin to wonder why. The audience chuckles. So why do they lose their memories? He frowns, begins to say something, then stops. After a moment he continues, choosing his words carefully. I imagine that it is because you must start afresh, your petitioner's soul pure when you arrive on your new plane. And why should you have to do that, when all your life experiences have determined what plane you end up on? He looks very uncomfortable. Well, He pauses. I don't know. That's no answer. He becomes slightly angry. Do you have a better answer, my friend? Perhaps one you can share? The audience turns to face you. I don't remember where or when, but I seem to recall having heard that memories drift on the astral plane, as memory cores. An audience member shouts out, he's right. The speaker turns to face the audience member. Well, perhaps he is. Well then, the question becomes, is a lifetime of memories more important than living life again? Truth. Yes, it is. He says angrily, and it's simple enough. Don't die, friend. The audience chuckles. What determines which plane you go to when you die? Your alignment, of course. Good people are destined for the upper planes, and bad people are cast into the lower planes. He rolls his eyes, clasping his hands to his heart dramatically. May the powers have mercy on their souls. And where do neutral people go? He raises an eyebrow. An excellent question. Excellent. What? Kieran's? I think it's supposed to be he turns to the audience. They just didn't put a space and didn't put the T in there. He earns to the audience, raising a finger. The answer is this. The spirit that has lived a life of complete neutrality, with no leaning towards good or evil, becomes a petitioner in the Outlands, the lands that encircle Sigil. They are destined for no plane except the land that lies right under our sky, and of which the spire is a part. What if someone can't die? He laughs. Nonsense. Everyone dies, friend. Even gods die. I can't die. Oh, truly. Look, everyone. A rare treat. One of the great immortals has graced us with his presence. Greetings, O immortal. The audience laughs. I can prove it. Oh, do. There's more laughter from the audience. What sport? Take heed, my audience. I think we shall have a rare display of my lecture today. Come up here, O immortal. We shall see who is right and who is dead. Cure yourself, then get back up. The speaker turns white at this, taking a step back. By the powers. I think it's only fair that you prove your point now. Yeah, the audience watches in morbid fascination. Well now. Go on, die. Here. Now. Prove your words to be true. Embrace your life as a petitioner. He gulps. Now, he offers weakly. I must confess that I'm not quite ready to depart this life just yet. So this great new life on the outer planes may not be all it's supposed to be. The speaker is aware of his hypocrisy, but is afraid of the alternative. Perhaps not, huh? He glances quickly at the audience. Well, certainly not now. As I thought, I had another question. Explain alignment to me. Forgive me if I did not explain myself for all my listeners. Alignment is your spiritual leanings, good or evil, law or chaos. Alignment is the way you behave, and it is of consequence. The way you approach life decides your destination when you die. The dustmen say that this life is where we end up when we die. The speaker chuckles derisively. Some members of the audience chuckle as well. There are countless petitioners, my friend. Dustmen among them who would disagree with dustmen. Philosophy. Okay, tell me about the Blood War. Have you not heard of this, O clueless one? The war between the Betcha and Tanari? I do not have the centuries it would take to describe this conflict. Seek out another, for it is not what this lecture is about. Okay. I want to ask about one of the planes you mentioned. Oh, which? The Abyss. A plane of over 600 layers of festering chaos and evil, home to the fiendish Tanari. He gestures dramatically, but you should seek out someone more knowledgeable on the planes than I. Oops. I didn't mean to say that. There are no more questions. Get ready to leave. He looks eager to wrap things up. And I shall end this session. I shall continue to lecture here at the hall, so tell all your friends. I wasn't done. I wanted to learn more about the planes. Man, I read a lot of crap here, didn't I? Jeez Louise. Baitor, here we go. 9 regimented planes of lawful evil. He chuckles and gestures dramatically. Home to the fiendish Betezu. Sign a contract with them, and you'll be wrapped up in their chains of intrigue for life. He smiles. But you should seek out someone more knowledgeable of them on the planes than I. Oops. Carcery. The prison plane. Cold, brutal, and washed with red. Betrayers and liars make their home there. It is said that the Titans are imprisoned here, and when they were hurled from Olympus. He gestures dramatically. But you should seek out someone more knowledgeable on the planes than I. Okay. Mount Celestia. Mount Celestia, a plane of eternal good and faith. He clasps his hands together in prayer. Where devas fly the skies, archons rule with honor and nobility, the very model of goodness. He smiles. And then seek out someone else more knowledgeable on the planes than I. Okay, I think that's everything. Cool. And we have finished all the lectures, because Splinter only told us of the few. We have a couple of paths here. Does this lead to the dormitories as well? I guess we'll find out next time. So I'm going to call the episode here, and the next one we will explore the dormitories. And then if that doesn't take too long, we'll go back to Splinter and start the private sensorium. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next episode.